Right, let me take you a walk around my Zendesk. So when I log in, this is what I first see. The first thing I see is my open tickets, things I've got to reply to, or things that I've obviously got to complete. I'll click on a new one and create a new ticket in a minute. I don't want to click on these. These are all active people, so I don't want to share any information or what they've said. Any recent history is going to come down here. It's very basic. You're going to see any statuses that you've got, any group tickets that you've got. I don't use a lot of stuff like that. Here's your tray. Anything in there that you have got coming in. Any suspended tickets, so you might have marked things as spam. We get a lot of spam emails every now and again. It's pretty good at marking them spam, but you might want to check in, because if it automatically marks it as spam, you might miss a few. In the corners, you're reporting, so how many hours it's taken you to reply, solve tickets, how many you've done in the last 30 days, agent touches, I don't know what that means. I don't use a lot of this, but if you're obviously in a business where you want to see how your department's doing, then you can see exactly the statistics and all that sort of deep dive information that you need, right? You need to prove that certain people are doing their job in a certain way. All settings, you can obviously set up Zendesk to do many different things. Marketplace, there's loads of different apps, there's loads of different integrations. Depending on other platforms that you're using, there may be integrations with it that you can add to enhance it to, Cloud App up here. You can add pictures and things to your replies, or you can add screenshots and click it with Cloud App. Manage your people. Obviously, I haven't got any. It's just managing me, I would have thought. People in the past. Also, this is actually, and I shouldn't. These are all your customers. I don't ever click on that, but they're your customers. That's your CRM part of it. Organization fields that you can add and change. Anything you want to edit. Different views, different sections you want to look at. Within there's all editable macros. If you want to run funky macros and do things, you can. Again, back to reports, tinkering with reports and what you want to see. Customer tags and populating tags like that. Ticket fields, so when people sign up for your ticket or go to your contact page, then you can edit the fields. Ticket forms, same thing. Email channels, this will be important. I'll come back to this. When you first sign up with Zendesk, they will give you a Zendesk email. So people, you can job see people and say, send me an email, support@paulnicholson.zendesk.com, which is obviously hard, but you can set up your own email by forwarding it. So if somebody emails support@paulnicholson.com, it creates a ticket and sends it to me. I'm going to show you more in that in a minute. Twitter, you can access your Twitter and link it to the Twitter. So if you get any messages on Twitter or Facebook, wall posts or anything like that, you can react to them. So if you're a company that's keeping an eye on people mentioning you and you wanting your support agents to react to stuff like that, you can do it on Twitter. You can connect the Facebook Messenger to your page and allow people to talk directly in Facebook. Talk settings is for the phone that I don't use. Text is the same. If you're using Talk Teams, you can use Talk. I don't use it. I'm not going to show you that in this. The widget I do use, being able to set up a widget on your website. So if I go to paulnicholson.com, you are going to see a little help widget here. This is it, so people can contact me, and that's on every page I use. So this is where you set it up. Really easy to do. API and development kit sort of stuff. A lot of people are not going to use this sort of thing. Channel integrations, a lot of settings to go through that you can imagine you can tinker with, but you're going to live your life on your open tickets. You're going to live your life also here in the guide, a place where you can put all your frequently asked questions, knowledge base. I've put some full training courses. The guide's very good on Google, actually. For Google search, you will get a lot of people finding you through searching on Google. The SEO settings of the guide's pretty good, right? And I'll show you a little bit of an introduction to the guide as well. What doesn't show when you go to this, or when you're logged in, or I'm going to left that open because I'm going to test that in a minute. is at the top of the guide. It'll say submit a request, and that is your ticket form. So this is if you want to send anybody to contact you, you give them that URL. Zendesk don't give you a form page where you can just embed a form. Well, they never did. I don't know if they've started doing it, but I haven't seen. And they don't give you an app for that you could just have an app on your computer to manage it. Two things that I think Zendesk should do, but they've never done it, which is a form on your website and an app. But so you get the little help button, and that is the guide. If I go back and we go to live chat. So if I go to chat, you will see on the help button, and I don't go live chat very often because it just slows me down. Like, you know, it's a dedicated thing if you're trying to work, isn't it? So you see the help button just says help. The minute you go online on chat, it will say chat in a second. Come on. Do I have to refresh for it to chat? Ooh. Online. Let me see if it's changed on my website. No. Okay, I might have changed my settings. Oh, no. I'm going to go to my website. To say help still rather than chat. Or have I? I don't think I have. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so when they jump in, when your chat's live, they can start talking to you with that button. I'm not sure why it's working. I had a problem with my upgrade or my renewal. I upgraded and it messed it out, and they prat about with it. But I probably have to change that setting. But it should say chat, right? It would instead of saying help, it would say chat, or whatever you set. So you can see visitors on your site, new activities, simulate visitors, need help, chat with us. There we go. So you would have a chat box. I'm sure that's different. Yeah. You can see the history of chats. You can see analytics of chat again. You can monitor if you upgrade. I'm on the free version. This doesn't work on the free version. Same with visitors. You can only see so many. Any settings that you want to change for your agents, you can do automatic replies and quick replies. So if you've got something where you always got to quickly reply, like turn it off, turn it on again, you can do a quick hashtag something, and that'll dump that whole answer in there. And you'll be able to link it to your knowledge base as well. I don't do chat a lot either, but I want to show you more about the support side, really.